This week on Inside Lee Basketball, we look at 2 road wins for the Lady Flames and personal milestones for Coach Marty Rowe and Holly German. The Flames continue to fight in the rugged Gulf South. We also talked to Athletic Director Larry Carpenter on the state of Lee athletics and his report from the NCAA convention last week. All that and much more coming right up. Welcome to Inside Lee Basketball. I'm Jeff Salyer. The Flames and Lady Flames hit the road this week, traveling to a couple opponents in the state of Alabama. The first game with the University of West Alabama would be a significant one for Coach Marty Rowe. Coach Rowe entered the game sitting at 399 career wins, looking to get a big conference road win that would bring him to 400. 269 of those wins came while he's coached at Lee. Early in the game, both teams struggled to get a lot of offense going, the halftime score being Lee up 26-24. The Lady Flames came out of the second half with defense on their minds, only allowing 14 second half points and 25% overall field goal percentage for West Alabama. They only scored 13 actual field goals in the half. Even with the impressive defense, Coach wasn't completely happy with the overall effort of his experienced team. The Flames win moved them from 9-4 overall and 5-2 in the conference, while West Alabama drops to 4-10 and 1-7 in the Gulf South. Most of the offense for the Lady Flames coming from Holly German and Jenna Adams, something that will be repeated later in the week in a big way, as the Flames end the game up winning 55-38 against West Alabama. Holly German chipping in 25 points, going to 7 of 13 from the field and 7 of 13 from 3. She also had 2 rebounds. Jenna Adams with 11 points and 7 rebounds. And Quinette Odom for West Alabama with 11 points and 8 rebounds. After the game, we caught up with Coach Rowe to talk about 400 wins.
Well, I mean, I'm just, I'm excited for my players and, my assistant coaches and stuff like that, that we got 400 wins at Lee and with this team. I mean, this team means a lot to me. Especially these seniors, we've been through a lot together, as a group, and it just means that we've been consistent and as a program, and I think that's what I'm really proud of, that the consistency we've been able to show. And of course, I'm getting old, so you get 400 wins, you're starting to get a little old.
Let's go inside the numbers a little bit on Coach Rowe's 400 career wins to get some perspective. And 400 career wins puts him in first place among all Lee basketball coaches, men's or women's. In fact, Coach Rowe's 267 wins while at Lee paces him ahead of all other coaches as well. Marty is followed by men's coach Dale Hughes with 254 and 65 record. Jack Souther, who coached the women, at 218 and 132. And then current men's coach Tommy Brown, who sits at 211 and 66, coaching at Lee. And Randy Steele, 166 and 92. A lot of those coaches, Hughes, Souther, and Steele, are Lee University Hall of Fame coaches. Both current Lee coaches have a 76 winning percentage in their careers, and Lee University is fortunate to have both these men, Coach Tommy Brown and Coach Marty Rowe, leading the programs. Coach Tommy Brown took his Flames down to Livingston, Alabama to face the number 2 team in the conference, West Alabama, this week too. And they entered the conference contest with a 5-2 record in the Gulf South, and the Flames are trying to snap a 4-game losing streak and get their first win on the road in the Gulf South. The Flames' attack featured career highs from both Corey Billingsley and Jamal Worthington. Billingsley was red hot from the floor, hitting 10 of 12 field goals, making 5 of 5 from three-point land and 6 of 6 free throws, while Worthington threw in 18 points for the Flames. However, West Alabama had 5 players scoring in double digits and ultimately led the home team to a 9-point victory over the Flames. The big things were points off turnover and second chance points. But while West Alabama was able to come away with the win, they converted 15 points off of Lee's 12 turnovers and then out-rebounded the Flames by 10, 17 of those being offensive boards, leading to 20 points. Coach Brown called this West Alabama team one of the most athletic teams he's ever faced. The loss by the Flames dropped them the conference record to 2-6 and a 6-8 overall record at West Alabama, maintain their number 2 position in the Gulf South. Right there, Stedman Ford goes down with an injury to his knee and didn't return to the game, and has been hampered by that. Ford, one of the leaders on this team as a freshman, pouring in points and also dishing out assists, and it hurt the Flames that he goes out. And there we see Corey Billingsley knocking down a long 3. As the Flames go down in this game, losing to West Alabama 74-85. Like I said, Corey Billingsley with 31 points, going to 10 of 12 from the field and 5 of 6 from 3. And 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Jamal Worthington with 18 points, going 8 of 13 from the field with 3 rebounds. For West Alabama, Jarrell Bird, 21 points, going 8 of 13 from the field and 8 rebounds. And Sandy Underwood with 20 points, going 9 of 19 from the field and 4 rebounds. After the game, we caught up with Coach Brown to get his comments.
Yeah, I mean, they're really athletic, and we didn't do a great job of putting a body on a body. But, you know, give them credit. They're as good an offensive rebounding team as we've faced, and they attack the ball, attack that glass, and, you know, they're good, and we got to do a better job against these really good athletes of putting a body on somebody.
Did better down the stretch than we have been the last couple games.
Yeah, man,
shooting better.
We did. You know, we made some shots, and we attacked the rim pretty good. You know, hopefully Stedman's not hurt too bad. Worried about his knee, but you know, we didn't quit, we kept fighting, which is important.
When we come back, we'll talk to Coach Larry Carpenter about Lee Athletics, and we'll also have a player profile with Myriah Isles of the Lady Flames basketball team.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at SpeakingDeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you Speaking Deacon?
Fazoli's is the most family-friendly Italian restaurant in town. All the fresh and flavorful meals are served right at your table on real dishes with real silverware instead of foam or plastic. Enjoy a clean, contemporary dining room and the excellent service you would normally expect from an expensive sit-down restaurant. For less than the price of a burger and fries, you can get a delicious hot meal like baked spaghetti, pizza, and all the breadsticks you can eat. It's fast, fresh Italian. It's Fazoli's.
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. I'm Jeff Salyer. On this week's Center Court feature, we had a conversation with Lee University Athletic Director Larry Carpenter. Larry is a Flames Hall of Fame member, and his number 24 hangs in the rafter of Walker Arena. Following his playing days, he became the men's assistant coach, and then in 1993 he was named head coach, winning an NCAA national championship in 1994. In 1999, he took on the full-time role of athletic director and has served in that position ever since. We've had a successful athletics program in the NAIA and NCAA, and now as we transition to the NCAA, we are faced with new challenges. Coach Carpenter discusses how Lee is making the transition in this week's Center Court.
We had a tremendous fall season with all of our sports. Started out with cross country. They both finished 5th in the GSC meet, 1 out of 10, the other out of 11 teams. So I thought, you know, our goal was to be in the top 50% in all of our sports, and they did a great job, represented us well. Both soccer teams finished 2nd in the GSC regular season. Of course, our men finished 2nd in National Christian College National Championships, losing 1-0 to Southern Wesleyan, had a fantastic year. Volleyball finished 3rd in the Gulf South and then finished 3rd in the NCCA National Tournament. So all sports really did well, had some really good wins. The women's soccer knocked off the #1 NAIA team, the #3 Division III team, the #7 Division II team, and lost to the NCAA Division II runner-up. West Florida 1-0 at West Florida. So I felt like our fall sports did extremely well. In the winter, basketballs, women's basketball right now are currently in second place all by themselves. And they've had some really nice wins, lost a couple tough ones, one to Delta State, who's ranked in the top 10, and lost a heartbreaker down in North Alabama. The guys got off to a good start. They've stubbed their toes a little bit here recently, but what we're finding out is every team in our league is good. What we thought would happen is happening, that no matter what team, where you're playing them, it's going to be a good contest. Fall sports are like that, and basketball's a continuation of that. Well, we just returned from San Diego at the NCAA National Convention. It was a really busy week. We took 7 people with our group, Dr. Khan, and then we took 6 others. Our compliance, senior woman administrator, our faculty athletic rep, myself, and then Nicole Strong went. And had some great meetings. There was a mandatory meeting that all Year 2 candidates, these schools have to go attend, and we did that. They went over our annual report this upcoming, and then we're going to be visited by the membership committee on April 3rd and 4th, so they gave us some details and outline of what to expect there. Had 2 Gulf South conference meetings for about 4 or 5 hours, talked about some scheduling championships, and it was announced that our commissioner is retiring, and so there would be a new search for a new commissioner. So all in all, you do a lot of networking. They had a lot of sessions, educational sessions that our personnel went to. And you see a lot of former colleagues, you know, people out there that you've known, a lot of them from the NAIA days that have transitioned to Division II. So all in all, a very good week, very informative week, and we're coming back energized and ready to go. The D2 process is going well. The 2 big projects this semester will be to finish our annual report, which we won't get for another couple weeks, but once we get it, we'll begin working on it, turn it in the 1st of June, and also preparing for that visit.
And now it's time for the Gulf South Minute. In this segment, we'll take a look at the Gulf South basketball standings for both men and women's teams. We'll start with the ladies. Coming in at #9 in the country, Delta State leads the conference with an 8-0 conference record and 13-1 overall. Lee comes in at 2nd place at 6-2 conference record with 10-4 overall, followed by Union and West Florida, who share 5-3 records. And then Alabama, Huntsville, Valdosta State, and Christian Brothers are tangled there in the middle in the standings. On the men's side, Delta State comes in ranked this week at number 24 in the country, and they have a 7-1 Gulf South record and a 14-2 overall record, followed by West Alabama at 6-2 and 9-5 overall, and then Valdosta State, North Alabama, Christian Brothers, Union, and Alabama Huntsville all logjammed there for the 3rd spot at a 4-4 in the conference, followed by West Georgia, Shorter, and Lee. Myriah Isles is perhaps the most fun Lady Flame to be around. She's always smiling, laughing, and cutting up with her teammates, but when it's practice or game time, the 6'2 senior is all business. This week we caught up with the Hendersonville, Tennessee native to talk about basketball and the future of this energetic forward for our Flames Focus feature.
I'm Myriah Isles. I'm from Hendersonville, Tennessee. My major is psychology and I have a minor in pre-law. It's actually been really awesome. I've had the opportunity to play basketball with some of my best friends for the past 4 years. I mean, it's been a blessing. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for more. I couldn't be in a better program, so I just love it. It's going good this year. It's the transition it's really different, but it's always been fun. Like, we're playing so many more challenging teams. Like, there's not any more, I guess I would say, blowouts anymore. They're all pretty close games, and it's challenging, but it's also fun. My plan is I'm either going to the Army or the Air Force, and I want to be a military police officer. And then after that, after I serve like 3 or 5 years, something like that, I plan on hopefully getting the FBI, CIA, something like that, U.S. Marshals. So.
Zaxby's, indescribably good.
He never did tell me we might be alone.
How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes, it's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
At Sky Ridge Medical Center, we believe every moment is important. That's why, whatever you encounter on the road of life, Sky Ridge Medical Center will be there for you and your family. You can count on our experienced, dedicated staff to provide quality health care and the advanced medical technology you need, so you don't miss one special moment. Sky Ridge Medical Center, your hospital for a lifetime.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. I'm Jeff Salyer. The Flames remained in Alabama for the second game of the week versus the University of Alabama at Huntsville. Coach Rowe's team wanted to help him move to career win number 401, but it will be Holly German who passed a career number that evening. The Lady Flames came into the game trying to remain in the number 2 spot in the conference, a few games behind Delta State. Because Lee and Union aren't eligible for Gulf South postseason play, UAH was fighting for the second spot among eligible teams for the tournament down the road. A couple familiar faces led the Lady Flames in this game as the offensive combo of Jenna Adams and Holly German paced the Flames to the win. Combined, the junior forward and senior guard totaled 71 of the Lady Flames' 91 points. Jenna Adams scored 33 points and went 6 of 15 from the three-point line, and she also grabbed 12 rebounds for a double-double. German set a new personal high for point scoring in a game with 38, going 9 of 17 from the field and 14 of 15 from the free throw line. The senior also dished out 7 assists and grabbed 5 boards. Despite committing 23 turnovers, the Lady Flames found open players and shot lights out to lead them to the victory. German with the deep three. Back to Adams, and it was just the German-Adams game all night as the Lady Flames get the victory 91-80 over the University of Alabama Huntsville. Holly German pouring in 38 points, going to 9 of 17 from the field, 6 of 14 from 3, and 14 of 15 from the free throw line. Jenna Adams scoring 33 points, going 10 of 23 from the field, and 6 of 15 from three-point land. Jordan Smith for Huntsville scored 27 points and grabbed 4 boards, while Jasmine Hammond scored 26 points and grabbed 4 boards herself. We talked to Coach Rowe and Holly German about her new career high and the road victory after the game.
I mean, we showed a lot of maturity today. I mean, you know, you have to, for 40 minutes, we knew they were going to come at us the whole time, and we knew that this was a game that, you know, they pressure you for 40 minutes. We knew we were going to have to be strong with the basketball for 40 minutes, and then we knew we were going to get open shots, and we knew the key for us was getting it to the right people, and we did that. We did it. Got Holly the ball, got Jenna the ball in great spots. Teammates did a good job, and then we had a huge lift off our bench. I thought Myriah and Alex, and especially Melanie Barker, played awfully well, and it's a good win. It's a good team, and to go on the road, get 2 wins this week was huge in conference play for us. And you know, my assistant coaching staff did a great job getting us prepared for this game. Kelly Kaiser and Caleb Hyman had this scout, and they did a super job. So I'm really lucky. I've got a staff that can get us prepared like they did, and they did a great job.
Big game for you individually, and a big road win for you guys. How you go?
Yeah, especially on the road. Anytime we can get a good road win, and especially with a team like that that's a really good athletic team, very respectable team, solid team, it's always good to come to other people's places and still get a win.
Yeah. Ready to go back home and play in Mark Arena for a little bit?
Definitely. Always happy to go back home. Always happy to go back home and play with our fans. So.
The Young Flames also traveled to Huntsville to take on the Chargers in a Gulf South matchup. The Flames have been struggling of late to put a total game together and get wins on the road. The younger, more inexperienced Flames team had struggled to get victories in the rugged Gulf South Conference, and Coach Brown has touted the Flames' ability to continually compete against bigger, more athletic teams night after night. Early on in this one, the Flames took a 9-2 lead, but the Chargers slowly chipped away and took the lead for good midway through the first half. The Flames were once again led by Corey Billingsley, who poured in 18 points and 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And this time, Taekwon Roberts also joined Billingsley as a double-digit scorer with 13 points. One stat that stands out is the Flames' inability to convert the three-point basket, making only 4 of 18, while UAH hit 12 from behind the arc. This loss drops the Flames to 2-6 in the Gulf South and 6-8 overall. The Flames will return home to the friendly confines of Walker Arena in Cleveland, Tennessee for the next 2 games this week. They'll try to break this 6-game losing streak that has plagued them here midway through the season. So the Flames come away from the road trip going 0-2, losing this one to the University of Alabama Huntsville 52-66. Corey Billingsley with 18 points, going to 7 of 14 from the field and 5 rebounds. And Taekwon Roberts with 13 points and 4 rebounds. Ronnie Mack for the Chargers scoring 23 points, going 8 of 12 from the field and 5 of 9 from three-point land. After the game, we talked to Flames assistant coach Ryan Ross.
Well, you know, we talk about the first 5 minutes of the second half every halftime. And tonight we let them start off on a 9-0 run. Didn't come up with a loose ball, had a turnover, it led to a transition 3 and then another quick 3. And all of a sudden you're down 5 or 6 going into half, and then they come out in a 9-0 run, and you've dug yourself a big hole. And you can't do this against a good team like this. You know, this team's lost 4 conference games in 4 years, and they're really good at home, always have been, and you can't let them get going like that. And we did make some nice runs, but every time we made a nice run, it seemed like we'd have a big turnover. I couldn't get that one big stop to really get over the hump, you know, and get us back into the game.
After the break, we're going to talk to Coach Matt Yelton about Lady Flames soccer in our Flames Focus feature.
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. Each week at the end of the show, we're going to highlight one of our many successful intercollegiate sports programs. And one of the most lauded is the Lady Flames soccer team. The Lady Flames won 4 NAI national championships in a row and now have amassed a 60-3 record since that first season. Coach Matt Yelton leads the team and has an impressive career here at Lee. I sat down to talk with Coach Matt Yelton and senior midfielder Danielle Chiabato to discuss the first season in the Gulf South and somewhat disappointing end to the season in the NCAA National Tournament.
This year allowed us the challenge and the opportunity to play some different schools in some different locations without any preconceived expectations of games. And I think our preparation was better because of that. I think our intensity and training was better because of that. And the improvement that we saw from our squad from last January until the end of the season in December was absolutely phenomenal. I think that this group came farther in a year than any group I've ever coached before, but I think part of that was the transition and the expectation of having to be better against a higher level of competition that we would face in the Gulf South.
I was really excited coming into this year. It was my final year. I wanted to give it my all and go out with a bang. I was also excited for the new competition. We had played the same teams every year, and I thought it would be cool going into each game not knowing who the team was or no set rivals. It was also different because we lost so many seniors. We only had a handful of returning starters. So a lot of girls who didn't get to play were able to step in and do a really good job, and I think the transition went smoothly, and I think maybe some people had doubts, but again, Matt and Chris Hennessy and Luigi, they did a great job of coaching us.
I think the thing that this team brought to the table more so than any group that I've ever coached before is they bought into the idea of team first. We lost a lot of players from the 2012 squad, and we didn't have a whole lot of experience returning. But what we did have was a group of girls who were committed to the team. And while we may not have had that individual superstar or a team full of superstars like we'd had in the past, we did have a group of girls who worked hard for each other, who were passionate about the program, who brought a high level of dedication to making sure that as we made the transition that we would be successful and earn the respect of our new opponents. And I can't say enough about this group in terms of how much I appreciate what they did this year without the potential of a postseason like we'd had in the past. And so I think that this group brought something that I've never had with a team before, and I'm really, really appreciative of what they did this year.
I don't know what happened at the end, but I will say that I don't regret how the season went or how it ended, because this year the team was like magical. The team was just in such unity and good fellowship, and we were all friends. There were no enemies. Honestly, it was my favorite year. So maybe the soccer side didn't end perfectly, but I will say that the relationships that formed this year and the community was the best, and I wouldn't change it, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Make sure you tune in next week for highlights from home games versus West Georgia and old SSAC rival Shorter University. We'll also have a feature on Lee University President Dr. Paul Kahn as he comments on the sustained growth over his tenure as president at Lee. That and much more on next week's show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Inside Lee B-Ball for updates throughout the week. Send us a tweet or a Facebook message to tell us what you want to see on the show, or ask us a question and we may answer it on the air. For coaches Marty Rowe and Tommy Brown, I'm Jeff Salyer. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.